Welcome back, pro wrestling fans. Welcome back, IWC. It's me. It's me. It's the GOC. Coming to you live to tape on the road for another special episodic YouTube adventure on Guardian of Chaos, the YouTube channel for Chaos Corner. One man. Unique, unedited, unscripted, raw dog for you, the fans. I've been on the road traveling this great country, especially the greater New England tri-state Northeast area, in the shadows of Titan Towers for some 6 weeks now. I'm a very busy guy. I got a lot going on. Facing hand surgery coming up in less than a month, so the content will be decreasing here on the channel. I want to let you guys know that. I could certainly use your thoughts and prayers. Much love and respect. This is a great stress reliever, a distraction from the insanity of the current world crisis that we're living in. I want to shout out my mod, all the way down there in Bama. My brother from another mother, there is no other, who's holding it down, keeping it real, and maintaining it. And that's you, Austin Nance. I really appreciate you, brother. And I appreciate all my subscribers and members and followers. We're well over 3,000 followers, almost 7,000 videos, coming up on 2 million total views. And it's all because of you. I'd be doing this regardless, or irregardless. Which one is it? Out of my love, motivation, and passion. My over 50 years as a researcher, a historian, a scout, a producer, a promoter, a hanger-up of flyers, a ticket seller, putting up the ring, breaking down the ring, a fan, a smark, a mark. That's right, I said it, a mark, and I'm proud of it because we're all marks. And of course, my over 3 decades in the ring as a pro wrestling manager who took the fucking bumps, which is a lot more than most of you in the IWC could say. I'm an insider. I've been on both sides. No better, no different, just unique. A fan and a talent. 2-time Hall of Famer. Let's not forget it. We're not here to talk about me. We're in WrestleMania season. Tonight, the WWE will be at Madison Square Garden. I believe we're 2 or 3 weeks away from WrestleMania. I do have some notes. I jotted down some notes. And we'll talk about it to see what's going to happen tonight. And then what's already booked for WrestleMania's nights 1 and 2. I don't know. I heard Triple H wants to have like 13 or 14 matches combined into 2 nights. I'm not sure. I think there's 7 or 8 booked already. There's been a lot going on, so we're going to cover that here today. I have some time before I run out and jump back out on the road again. Become a member. It's only $2 or $3 a month. It's the best way to support this channel. It's not needed, but much appreciated. Subscribe. It's free. Drop an elbow. Give an eye poke to that like button. Leave a comment. Share this video. Get us in the algorithm. And this is for you, YouTube. You still owe me well over $1,000 because I don't make a nickel from this show. You become a member, I appreciate it. YouTube is robbing everybody, and you guys know that. I don't have to say any more about that. All you got to do is jump on the channels that I follow where I'm a moderator. For JD from New York, Off the Script. For Don Tony and the Don Tony and Kevin Castle show. Love you, DT, the OG of the IWC. And also with JD and Off the Script, who is the #1 fucking podcast in this space. He also has Jason Solomon, the Solomon Monster, on Tuesday Night Titans. He teams up with the Chi-Town Smark heel Jesse on Wednesday nights. I mean, there's a lot to listen to out there. Whether it's Jim Cornette, whether it's Dirty Dutch Mantel, whether it's Chris Van Vliet. You could even go to my local connections like Rick Del Santo and the Pro Wrestling Wire, Uncle Otis, the Wrestling Council, Big O Gaming and his partner, the Hooligram. I mean, there's a lot going on out there, man. Of course, there's kayfabe commentaries, title match network with all the shoot videos. I mean, if you can't find anything, plus Chaos Corner, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. In order to get respect, you have to start with respecting yourself. Once you do that, you open other people's minds to respecting you, because there's 3 types of people in this world. Those who don't know what happened, those who wonder what happened, and people like the GOC. That's me, that make things happen. Now, you guys know I'm off Instagram. I'm off Facebook. There is a new account on X, aka Twitter. I was at Big Daddy GOC, and the GOC stands for the Guardian of Chaos. But there is a new account I want you to go out there and follow, and that is Chaos. It's me, the GOC. Something like that. Make sure you check it out. I'm still over on Rumble, Guardian of Chaos. So hop on the Chaos train. Now let's see what we have, because I did jot down a couple of things. So hold on, don't go anywhere. Again, I appreciate you guys being there. I will put this up on the YouTube channel. Again, I'm going to be ratcheting it down due to hand surgery. I'm hoping that goes well. You know, my hands are my life. Not only my 25 years behind the walls, being a pugilist myself, an amateur nonetheless, mixed martial arts, private investigator, bounty hunter for pro wrestling's original bad boy, Dr. D. David Schultz, private security, concert security, roadie, bodyguard. These have been my living. So I'm going under the knife. I could use my prayer warriors, and that means a lot to me. I really do mean that. So I hope you're listening. Bing, bing, bing. All right, here we go. I do have some notes, as I said. I know I say unscripted, but research is your friend. You got to have notes. I notice all kinds of glares and rainbows in the background. Listen, I only have the one setup, the one camera. I'm not down in the bunker. Another thing that's come to my attention, if you guys are into, you know, I listen to Road Dogg Radio, I report on it, and we know that not only in pro wrestling is the independent pro wrestling business the backbone of that fucking industry, there's also trucking. And America's truckers are the backbone of this country that keep this country rolling. Not only do I listen to Road Dogg Radio, I listen to the Steve Summers Overnight Drive Show on YouTube. Steve Summers Overnight Drive Show on YouTube. Live Sunday night, or it's actually into Monday morning, all the way to Thursday. 4 or 5 nights a week on the overnights, from midnight to 5 a.m. An interesting show with all trucking industry and current day issues of what's going on. I also listen to my buddy Bobby and watch his videos over at the Ride Along Gang. That's right, Trucker Bobby, the Ride Along Gang on YouTube. He's all over the country. He's interactive with the viewers. It's unbelievable to see the landscape of this country. It's really mind-boggling if you have not been around this country. I've been to probably, 20 or 25 different states. I've been to the Midwest. I've been to the West, all over New England, the Northeast, down South, up and down 95 and down that corridor. You know, I've been to Tennessee and Indiana and Chicago and Vegas, all over Arizona. So I think you guys, if you want to travel and see this country and do it in an inexpensive way with great guys in the trucking industry, Road Dogg Radio, the Ride Along Gang with Bobby, Steve Summers Overnight Drive, and Big Rig Travels with my buddy Steve over at Big Rig Travels. And that's also on YouTube. These are all YouTube channels. All right, let me get off that. I'm getting distracted here. You know, I have amnesia and deja vu at the same time. think I've forgotten this before. Stay mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually fit. Because if he's for us, no one else can be against us. I praise and shout out and acknowledge my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because without him, I wouldn't be able to do any of this. All right. My mind's like a lazy Susan. It'll come back around. Tonight, at the Garden. This is what you guys are here for. That's my opening 10-minute monologue. Roman Reigns, the OTC, the original tribal chief, is going to go face-to-face again with CM Punk, who is the world champion. Now, we know what's been going on. They've been having some unbelievable promo segments. They haven't really gotten their hands on each other. I like this build-up. A lot of people complain in the IWC, especially in the IWC. They complain about, all these old guys, LA Knight, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, who isn't that old, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, when it was John Cena, AJ Styles. These are the guys, Brock Lesnar. These are the guys that are putting asses in the seats. So they're over 40 years old. So they're over 45 years old. They can still go. They're still main eventers. Oh, Chaos. Oh, Big Daddy. Oh, GOC. They're holding everybody back. They're holding back the young talent. What do you have, your head up your ass? You got the young OG who's on the rise. Javon Williams, I believe his name is. You have Trick Williams. You have Obafemi. You must be kidding me, right? You have Austin Theory. You have El Grande Americano, the original El Grande Americano. You have Dirty Dom. Perhaps the biggest star right now. And there's many others that are coming up from the NXT roster. You still have, when they come back from injury, Braun Breaker, Jacob Fatu, Bronson Reed. What the fuck are you fans talking about? You geeks, goons, virgins, dweebs, neckbeards, mouth breathers. I mean, no offense, man. Lighten up, kayfabe. Because I'll say that to say this, because I tell it like it is, and you know that. So I don't understand where people are saying, fans are saying, the IWC is saying, where's all the young stars? They don't know how to build stars. Now, if you're talking about AEW, I can't argue with that. AEW is another time for another show and so on and so forth. But in the WWE, they're making stars. Young stars are coming up. I don't know what to tell you guys. You really have to watch their stories. Listen, I'm not in there just for, as the kids say, banger matches. Let them cook, GOC. Shut the fuck up. I love just regular wrestling and matches, but it's sports entertainment. It's about emotional investment, storytelling, ring psychology. You guys get that, right? In the comment section when I put this up on YouTube, or if I put it up over on X, let me know what you think. I don't block people or ban people. You say whatever you want to me. So I don't understand when people say that there's not being young stars made. And then, of course, everybody wants to play the race card. Where's all the black guys? Where's all the black girls? Where's all the minorities? Where's the Hispanics? Where's the Asians? What are you talking about? Are you watching the product? Because me, as the old man brand, the over 50 demo god, and all my experience, trust me, I know, I still report on WWE. SmackDown, Raw, AEW Dynamite, even Collision, the pay-per-views, the PLEs. Although they have lost their luster in the last decade, definitely last 2 decades. That's just me. You guys knew I was born in the early 60s. A little boy in the 60s, grew up as a young boy in the 70s into a teenager. By the 80s, I was already a young man. Middle and late 80s, I was already married with kids. Into the late 80s, working behind the walls with society's worst, serving this country, while most of you weren't even a thought, a gleam in your daddy's eyes, or running down his leg, or hitting his sheets. Maybe you were in diapers or playing with dolls, but you weren't where I was. Doesn't mean that you don't know anything. Doesn't mean you don't know anything about the business. I'll give everybody credit that are smart marks, or have these podcasts. Fans, you have a right to your opinion. Doesn't mean you don't know the business or you don't see what's right in front of you. But realize where you are and who you're talking to. Put some fucking respect on that name. This name. And if you don't, it doesn't bother me anyway. Anyway, I'm getting back. Focus, Chaos. Austin, tell me to focus. And Jen, are you out there? OTS Tribal Queen. Jen, are you out there? Are you hiding somewhere? We hope you're okay. Have you changed your handle on YouTube? We love you, Jen. Come on back to us. Hooligram, are you watching? Otis, are you watching? Future, are you out there? Kratos, Hoodie Rob Bebe, Midmo Smark, Scripps, are you still there? Who's watching? I want to know. I do this on a lot of different videos and I don't hear back from you guys. Comic Book Bob, are you out there? Johnny, Hollywood, I hope you're feeling better, brother. Guys over at the Wrestling Council, Hollywood, you're in my prayers. I hope you're feeling better. And with that being said, I want to take a couple of moments here and an acknowledgement and a rest in peace and a moment of silence, because he was a big part of my fandom, if you will, because I don't call it tribalism. That's horseshit. And that would be from the Midnight Express lover boy, Dennis Condrey. To me, Condrey and beautiful Bobby Eaton were the best incarnation of the Midnight Express with Jim Cornette. Good old corny. No offense against Norvell Austin, Phil Hickerson, Randy Rose, everybody else that was in the Midnight Express, the original Midnight Express, that whole war and all that. Let me turn this off. You see I'm getting a signal. So hold on. We don't want any background distractions. We got Pro Wrestling 24/7 in the background. All right, here we go tonight, because I'll be watching. It'll be on Raw on Netflix. I expect a lot of segments, not a lot of wrestling. I didn't get everything. The notes aren't 100%, but Roman and Punk face-to-face. I was already talking about that before I got sidetracked. And again, that moment of silence for Dennis Condrey in the Midnight Express. Rest in peace, Dennis. And for his wife and family and friends. And we lost Bobby about 4 years ago. And now Dennis Condrey. So, and also I haven't kept up because I haven't been doing the Chaos Corner shows in the last week or so. A rest in peace to Chuck Norris, one of the baddest men on the planet. A big Chuck Norris guy. Rest in peace, Walker, Texas Ranger, also there. So I want to just take a moment of silence. You'll hear Coach in the background. Coach and Bro with Vin Russo, Coach and JD, another great show that's been on for the last couple of weeks now. JD's expanding, but a moment of silence. All right, guys, thank you. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot to me. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to stay here. There's always somebody lurking. Keep your head on a swivel. Surround yourself with like-minded people. All right, Roman and Punk. We know they're going to WrestleMania 42. We know they're going to be the main event, I believe, of night 2. They've had some really unbelievable promos and segments between the two. I personally think Punk has gotten the better of Reigns, although Reigns' mic skills have improved dramatically. He'll go down as one of the greatest of all time, Roman Reigns, as we know from the Samoan dynasty. Punk will too. Mentioning Sika of the Wild Samoans, whether they approved it, didn't approve it, I didn't really like it. Everyone getting involved, from the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, who are the current World Tag Team Champions. Who knows who else is going to get involved? Is The Rock going to get involved? Are there going to be other family members from the Samoan dynasty because of the words that have been said? They've really made that an unbelievable storyline. That was the number one and perhaps most important, and the only thing that's really stood out this WrestleMania season heading into 42, until Oba Femi and the beast incarnate Brock Lesnar. And then all the geeks out there, it's a chaos, man. And Brock doesn't, all these reporters and so-called journalists, it's all horseshit, because you're not. Oh, Brock doesn't want to sell. He's not going to do the job. He doesn't want to put anybody over. He doesn't want to lose. You see that we're all wrong, right? And I called it. And I'm not patting myself on the back a la Barry Horowitz. But I did call it. Because I think I know Brock Lesnar's mind a little bit by observing him through the years of MMA, wrestling, college sports. I've gotten a little feel, and my career was reading people and body language, and you guys know that, right? So I think that's pretty stand-up of Brock. The way he took the power slam, the sit-out power bomb, the way he took the clothesline after Oba was going to get the F5, the looks on his face, the expression, Brock is selling. So we're talking about Punk and Reigns. They're going to go face-to-face tonight in the Mecca, the most famous arena in the world. But I believe Oba and Brock has taken over the storyline as the number one going into WrestleMania season, which has been lackluster. Now, Oba and Brock will be at the Garden tonight, too. Now, since Oba has gotten the best of Brock the last couple of segments, will Brock get a little bit of a revenge? Brock doesn't need to lose at WrestleMania 42 to Oba to make Oba the star. He's already a star now, just from those two segments. Getting the rub. It could be some sort of disqualification, fuck finish, interference, and moving on down the road. I think it's too early. I think it's too early for Oba to defeat Brock. Let's make it interesting. Let's push this storyline. That's just my opinion. Let's get asses in seats. Make me emotionally invested and want to come back. So Reigns and Punk, Oba and Lesnar all tonight at the Garden, and they're leading into WrestleMania 42. So I think tonight, just from that alone, is going to be excellent with those four superstars. And Femi's quickly becoming one of those superstars like Reigns, Punk, and Lesnar if this continues, even though it's very early in his career. I can say the same about Braun Breaker and Jacob Fatu and Gunther. Where the fuck is Gunther? Have they forgotten this guy? Is he injured? They kick him to the curb? One of your biggest stars in the company. Where is Gunther, Walter? You can call him Walter or Gunther. Where is he? A couple weeks left. Is he going to be even at WrestleMania? They've dropped the ball with Gunther. My opinion. Right now. Also tonight, Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare will be at the Garden tonight. Now, will Orton be there? I haven't heard if Orton's going to be there, but we know Cody's going to come out. All the stars are going to be at the Garden tonight. This is a big show. So Cody will be there. We'll see in what capacity. There's going to be a lot of in-ring promos tonight. I don't expect a lot of wrestling matches, although the matches that are signed. Jimmy and Jay in a New York City street fight. I've been in a couple of those, which are always entertaining. Take on whatever's left of the Vision with Logan Paul and Austin Theory and the Oracle, the blimp, I don't know, the dirigible. No offense, Heyman, no offense. You're unbelievable. You're going to go down as one of the best ever. No way the Vision wins. I don't see it. The Usos retain. They're already set up for WrestleMania. So tonight is just a little cherry on the top. It's good to see the Usos out of singles competition because they just didn't cut it, in my opinion. And I love the Samoan Dynasty. You know my connection. They've done so much for me in my career. I love them all. Rikishi, Umaga, Yokozuna, Alpha, Sika, Lloyd, Lance, Jimmy J. I love them all. Jacob, I mean, listen, they've been a big part of my career and my life all the way back to 1983. And the Tonga Kid and Samu. Big Sam, Little Sam. So I like them as a tag team. Don't see them losing tonight. It ought to be an interesting affair. Everyone's going to be yeeting at the Garden. It's old. It's played out. It's all old and played out. Just my opinion. They will not lose, obviously. I don't believe so. They're already set up for WrestleMania 42. Penta Cero Miedo will be in action tonight against Kofi Kingston. Boy, talk about longevity. Kofi's been around a long time. And Penta's certainly become a bigger star than he ever was on Lucha Libre or in AEW. No me joda, mother, con muévete culo, pendejo. What I say, Carmona? No offense, man. De nada. So that'll be an interesting match tonight. That's for the Intercontinental Championship. I notice ladies tag team championships are on the line tonight. But watch for the in-ring promos. Watch for the interpersonal communications. Watch for the storytelling tonight with a couple weeks left. Let's hope they heat it up because I haven't really been feeling it for WrestleMania 42. We have the big matches in 42. You're going to have Punk and Reigns for the world title. You're going to have Cody and Orton for the Unified Championship. You're going to have Oba and Brock. You're going to have Stephanie Vaquer and Liv Morgan for the women's world title. You're going to have Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley for the women's championship. You're going to have AJ Lee and Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental Championship. Sami Zayn, the most overrated grappler in WWE, just my opinion, will be defending U.S. title against Trick Williams. Trick will beat Zayn. I believe so. Just my opinion. Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre in an unsanctioned match at WrestleMania 42. Now, I don't know what nights that's, I don't know, what did I mention about 8 matches so far, 7, 8 matches. I don't know what's going to be on night 1 or night 2, but that's what's leading up into it. That's what's been announced already. Again, what about Gunther? I don't know. Are we going to have Grande Americano against the original Grande Americano? Because let me just tell you something. Not CML, Triple A, CMLL's with AEW. Triple A is on fire, and their shows from Mexico City have been unbelievable from Arena Mexico. They really have, and they're drawing a lot of fans and selling out and putting asses in seats, man. Some bad hombres. I've been enjoying Triple A. Are the Usos and the Vision again going to be matched up in WrestleMania? Little overkill from tonight. I mean, I don't know. We could talk about the Hall of Fame. Obviously, AJ Styles belongs. Thank God they're putting in Psycho Sid Justice, Sid Vicious, whatever you want to call him, because he's earned it. Happy to see Axe and Smash, Demolition, Bill Eadie, Barry Darso. 2 legends, no-brainer. Why it took this long, I have no idea. Dennis Rodman does not belong in the Hall of Fame. Stephanie McMahon does not belong in the Hall of Fame unless it's like a personnel or front office or something, special wing for Hall of Famers. They just don't. That's my opinion. You can come at me. I don't care. But AJ Styles, Sid, Demolition, yeah, I can go for that. What's John Cena's involvement going to be at WrestleMania? I'm hearing he is now going to be the special host at WrestleMania. Can you see me now, John? You knew he wasn't going away yet, right? So he's going to be the host or MC for WrestleMania, I guess, nights 1 and 2. And remember, I just went over and just quickly threw out there 7 or 8 matches with a potential few others. I got to believe there's going to be at least 6 or 7 matches for night 1 and 6 or 7 for night 2. So there's still, with a couple of weeks left, a couple of bouts that are going to be announced probably out of nowhere. So I just wanted to come out here. We're at about 30 minutes. I wanted to push out some content. I wanted to let you know the update of what's coming up in early May. And I'll be taking some time off for the channel to recover. But I'll always be watching. I'll always be listening. And keep checking in on my channel. And tonight, don't miss MSG tonight for Raw's Netflix. I believe it's going to be one of their better shows of the year. And then, of course, that'll lead into SmackDown on Friday. We still have a couple of weeks build up to 41 and 42. I'm sorry, WrestleMania 42, nights 1 and 2. I believe it's April 11th and 12th. April 11th and 12th. Austin, check me out, please. And then of the usual what's going on in AEW Dynamite Collision, which I don't think anybody watches. Their next pay-per-view, I guess, is Dynasty, coming out of Revolution. We know MJF's the world champion. Everybody's after him from, no, not Hangman Page. He gave up that right. But everybody from Kenny Omega to Will Ospreay to Swerve Strickland. Everybody's coming after MJF. Let's hope they use this guy the right way. Where are all the other stars in AEW? Who are you building up? A lot to think about. And I'm glad you guys stopped by. Chaos Corner doesn't get much better than this. We're over 700 episodes of this show. I'll say that to say this because I tell it like it is. Don't you dare miss it.